My tea family, what's going on? This is a 2023 first flush green tea from Hawaii. And I must say, out of all of the border teas and US teas I've had so far, this one I think is my favorite. I haven't had this one yet though, the premium green tea. The last one was just the regular green tea. I'm not sure what the difference is, honestly, and I haven't checked the website. I will though, just to see what the difference is. But if the premium green is anything like the regular green, or hopefully better, then I definitely know what I will be ordering. I pretty much, I think I ran through that entire bag of the Hawaiian green tea from Mauna Kea. So really excited about this one. The rest of the teas that I have to try are all pretty much white teas. So not really looking forward to that, but it is what it is. I may have used too much leaf. I don't have my scale with me, but I tried to kind of eyeball 5 grams, and I think this one is more than 5 grams. It's slightly bitter. So I don't really think I can give this one an honest review, just because I think there's too much leaf in here. So I'm gonna definitely do this again. This bag is 28 grams, so I have more than enough to do this again. There is some good stuff in there though. When you get past the bitterness, it's a little bit of umami, I guess. Really hard to tease out, but it's something sort of sweet on the back end. Definitely a green leaf for sure. So I'm thinking that using less leaf is going to result in a softer flavor profile. But with that being said, who knows? I mean, maybe after I try this hot brew, I'll realize that it wasn't too much leaf. We'll see. But yeah, it's really strong. Like I say, slightly bitter. There is some sweetness or something like that on the back end, but not a whole lot going on. This glass is hot. Okay. So the hot brew is a lot easier to measure out, just because it's a smaller pot. Leaves look really good. I did just finish, I guess, lunch. It's the first meal of the day for me, but yeah, creamy. Definitely a green leaf. Sweet, but definitely a green a green leaf sweetness. Not fruit, not sugar. But it's a typical green tea. Aroma going on. And I don't want to wash this too much. And that wash is already turning green. Yeah, again, creamy, sort of nutty. Definitely like a green leaf. And you can kind of see the leaves are already turning sort of green. I imagine they're going to be vibrant green by the second or third steeping. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit this one. I don't know. I wanted to say hard, but let's try it out at 15 seconds and see what we get. Just for funsies. And that's about 15 seconds there. The color has changed. I just don't know if 15 seconds is going to be long enough. We can always go longer. Yeah, still creamy, and the sweetness is man, I smelled this over and over again in you know, almost every green tea I've ever had, but I'm not sure how to describe it. But it is sweet, but it's a sort of a green vegetable brothy sweetness. But it's not brothy. It's not like vegetable broth at all. It's just it's sweet and creamy. Yeah, it's a light infusion, but I actually do like it. I like it. It's really good. Again, it's definitely vegetable, but it's not spinach. You know, it's not greens or anything like that. It is kind of its own thing. Trying to think of what green leafy vegetable is even close to, I mean, just a very, if spinach it's much lighter than spinach, much lighter than spinach. Still definitely a green leafy thing, but it's not very pungent or strong or anything like that. This next one, I'm gonna do really hot water, just because the 15-second brew was so good. I'm gonna go a full minute on this next one, which I'm worried may be too much. Well, let's go 30 seconds, just to be safe. Just to be safe. Let's go 30 seconds. Now we definitely have ourselves a nice green leafy brew here. And you can see the liquor is definitely changing color. Just a little bit longer on this 30 seconds. And we're about there. don't think the color has changed very much. That might be one of the great traits of this tea, which is you can't overbrew it. We'll see though. And I'm only cautious because the cold brew was so strong. It was definitely overbrewed. But yeah, creamy, nutty, and just that vegetable sweetness. But again, every time I say that, I don't want to use the word vegetable because it's not, it doesn't taste anything like a vegetable. I mean, yeah, I guess. The least amount of vegetable a vegetable can taste like, basically. It's really good. I mean, in my memory, the regular green tea was better. Okay, now the cold brew is starting to make sense, because with this 30 seconds and near boiling water, now I'm getting a very slight bitterness. It's just right under there. You can tell that if I went for 30 seconds more, it's gonna hit me with some bitterness. The creamy and nuttiness is really nice, especially when you put the liquor to your face and you get the smell right before you inhale the liquid. It's really nice. Quite a bit of activity in there. You see it's not completely see-through. It's fairly opaque, but not like super cloudy or anything. Definitely are eating your leaf, no question about that. I've been inventing new ways to keep hair out of my face here lately. I do like this one though, but I think the regular green might be my favorite. I'm definitely going to make another batch of the cold brew, just to be safe. I'm going to finish this one, but I'm not going to really enjoy it. It's going to be more like taking my medicine, you know what I mean? It's not terrible. I can definitely drink it, but it's overbrewed. So yeah, I wouldn't go more than 30 seconds on this one. It is quite strong. All right, I'm gonna bring down the temp, and this ought to give me a little bit of insight into maybe what the cold brew can be. And I do actually have my thermometer too. So I can at least have some sort of, all right. Wow, so I had this thing sitting in the windowsill and it's clocking in at 100 Fahrenheit. Let's see if I can bring it way down. Well, that's a problem. Oh wait, that's right. Because I do have it at, all right, there we go, yeah, 45 Celsius. That's good enough. Right at about 110 Fahrenheit. A little cooler, but all right. Now, even though, okay, yeah, now it's come down the temperature. Even though I am worried about overbrewing this thing, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a full minute and see what happens. I mean, 30 seconds is, I don't know. Yeah, let's try 30 seconds. Let's try 30 seconds and see what we get. Let's do that. Oh, I don't know if I made the right decision. The color is very light. Very pretty color. It's really light. And because the temperature has been taken down, the aroma is kind of giving itself up. But you can see now those leaves have turned a nice green. And again, I'm really curious to see what, if any, differences there are on the website for these particular leaves. I imagine they're all the same trees from the same farm. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay, well, yeah, I kind of knew it. All right, that's no good. So that's just no good. So I'm gonna go lower temp, and I'm gonna try to actually get it closer to 50 Celsius this go around. And I'm gonna let it steep for at least a minute. We got 46, 47, 47. All right, well, that's as close as we're gonna get. I do prefer Celsius for water temperature. Part of it is learning Celsius since I moved to Ecuador. Because if nothing else, I have to be able to work the thermostat at home and whenever I go to hotels and stuff like that. And so understanding Celsius helps out a lot. Outside of that, I don't really need it. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, you know, I have to think in terms of Celsius if temperature comes up, you know. Many times telling people like how hot it is where I'm from in Texas, I have to really think about the temperature in Celsius. And even now I'm still not all the way certain, but I want to say it's something like 30, 31, 32 Celsius is how hot it gets in Texas. And everyone is always shocked. And it's funny because they're not sure that I'm all the way sure about Celsius, because they can see my brain kind of thinking and trying to do the conversion in my head while I'm telling them. So they're like not sure, but I'm like, no, it's definitely for sure about that, you know. It gets really hot. But the one thing that I don't like about Celsius is the difference between, you know, 27 and 30 is a huge difference. You know, in Fahrenheit, 5 degrees is a difference, but it's not a huge difference. But 5 degrees in Celsius is a huge difference. And so when I'm measuring this water and I'm trying to get it to 50, but it's giving me 47, it's like, how big of a difference is that really? And I'm thinking it's pretty big, but it is what it is. All right, here we go. So the color is about what it was for the first couple infusions, about there, but definitely lighter. Wow. Yeah, no. So what's happening is with the lower temperature, it's not quite dishwater, but it's dang near there. It's just, it's not awesome. It's many times what I like about tea is that it is flavored water. That's what I tell people anyway. That ask me about tea. I'm like, it's basically flavored water, but there are distinct flavor differences, and many flavors are fairly strong. You know what I mean? Like so strong that it can render the water unpalatable, right? So, but when I say dishwater, it's a situation where I remember I tasted one time orange juice made from concentrate, but they used like too much water, and so it was very watered down. And it was like, there's just no point. You might as well just drink water. It just kind of pisses me off anyway when there's like water with just a boop of orange juice. And it's like, what was the point in that? And it doesn't taste very good. Like, I either need orange juice or I need water. But orange juice plus water just doesn't do it for me. And so that's where this one is. It is basically what can be green tea, just watered way down. So I don't think I'm even going to experiment any further with that. I have a feeling that even if I were to get the temp up to 50, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. And steeping it for, 2-3 minutes, I don't really see it. I mean, maybe, again, I don't know with the cold brew, but so what they have back here is 175 to 195 Fahrenheit, 4 grams of leaf, 2 minutes of steeping time. Which, I don't know, whenever I see those brewing parameters, I'm always just like, I don't know. So this is 195, close to 200. Closer to 200 than 195 for sure. And this is also like the 4th infusion. And I'm gonna give this one as long as I can stand it. For me, 2 minutes is typically a forgotten brew. Like I have to kind of purposely be in that mode of, doing something, pouring the tea, and then I kind of just forget about it. For me to sit here and try to time 2 minutes is very difficult. I'm gonna try though. I am curious to see what happens with this. Again, maybe this tea cannot be overbrewed. That's very possible. The cold brew so far says that's a lie, but we're gonna see what happens with 2 minutes. Rare tender tips, picked and pan fired for delicate fresh flavor. Yeah, the pan firing, giving it a delicate fresh flavor is definitely a thing, no question about it. But again, in my memory, the regular green tea was just as good, if not better. I'm gonna have to go back and read my notes on that one to see what, if anything, is different about this one. Because so far, I mean, it is good green tea, but there's nothing just outstanding about it. And I remember drinking I'm calling it regular green tea because I think that's what they call it, just green tea. I remember that one just kind of really, first of all, really surprising me, but also kind of knocking my socks off. Like, wow, like this is damn good green tea. Like, I can see myself drinking a lot of this stuff. And this one is just like, it's okay. It's not bad. Okay, so I think I just passed a minute or maybe 2 minutes. See, that's the problem. I don't know. So I'm gonna let the clock go around another time just to see. The other thing about the steeping for 2 minutes is the water goes in at almost boiling, but after about a minute, the water is nowhere near boiling, and it's kind of just sitting there now. And let me just see what it comes out to. So the water is at 68 Celsius, which is, you know, much hotter than 50 Celsius, but you know, it's nowhere near 100. So I don't know. All right, that's definitely 2 minutes. And it is the brew is a very vibrant green, and the leaves, I think, have gotten even more vibrant. Looks really pretty. Looks really pretty. Yeah, still creamy, nutty. Typical green tea. And the color is much darker, for sure. What we've seen so far. It's only stronger by a hair than that second infusion we did at 30 seconds. And of course, it makes a difference. This is like the fourth infusion, so but it's decent though. Again, I don't really have this feeling of wow, like, you know, it's okay. I can say that it does have sort of an interesting aftertaste feel in my mouth. It's a very mineral thing going on, sort of drying. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm gonna have to go back and look at my video. Definitely want to try the cold brew again, and then I'll decide whether or not to purchase the green tea or the premium. But good news is I did all these experiments and tastings to find a new favorite, and I have. I don't currently have any green teas as part of like my stock of tea. I was always sort of disappointed with the Chinese green teas. I do really like the Darjeeling first flush, and yeah, the first flush teas, which you know, they're labeled white tea. Anyway, point is, I enjoy those. I do like chai, which is typically made with like a second flush. I don't know, white green tea or something. But I really like these Hawaiian greens, and so specifically from this Mauna Kea, which is really cool because Mauna Kea is the name of the big volcano on the Big Island. So shout out to them. I'm probably gonna visit the Big Island before the end of the year. Excited about that, and yeah, that's it from me to you. I'll holla.